All right, guys, we are at the Hutson dealership in St. Louis, Michigan, and I'm here with Brad, and we're going to go over this new 9RX 830. This is such a massive tractor. This is one of the few that are out in the field currently. You don't see many of these around, so it's exciting to find it here at Hutson. And let's go check it out with Brad.
Hey everyone, my name is Brad Pete. I'm here at the St. Louis location. I'm a precision sports specialist for Hutson. I've been doing that for 3 years now. We got this piece just a few weeks ago. It's pretty fun to look at. It's obviously a massive machine, much larger than our previous 9RX 640s that we had before that. And there's a lot of new tech stack inside of it. We're looking at a totally redesigned weight package. Obviously, we can see it's an 830 there labeled on the side, but we're talking peak horsepower, right, of 913 with a torque curve in it. We also talk about what are these machines built for, right, as far as size. Seeing them in Michigan, probably going to be a tillage piece more than likely, but they're really for out west and Canada and those uses where they're pulling these 80-foot air seeders and need a lot of hydraulic flow. So if you get the large pump stack on this, or the high flow, right, we're talking 167 gallons per minute on these machines, which is just an unreal number, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To really think about thinking in 1 minute that you just watched 167 gallons flow out and flow back in.
Yeah.
So it's also kind of a redesign on the tracks as well, and we'll walk around and I'll point some stuff out. But I mean, they're much larger than you would traditionally see on even either our X9s or the previous 9RXs. And then, like I said earlier, the suitcase weights are different, and some of the wheel weights, and then the tech stack that is in this, whether we're using it, for planner automation features, the possibility of autonomy later that Deere is coming out with. We also can machine sync with these, whether it be with a combine or a forage harvester and carts and things like that. We're using obviously the auto track that we've always had. We have auto path we can run with it. If guys are using this to plant with those large air seeders, right, we can put a receiver on the back and then go ahead and create our auto path lines, stuff like that. So there's a lot that we can do with this machine, and it's built on the premise to accept that future technology that is coming our way that even, here at the dealership level we're not seeing yet. So it should be pretty exciting to see what's going to happen with this.
Well, let's go walk around and check it out.
Yeah. Obviously, as we walk around, you guys will notice that, all right, this grill and hood ornament is just massive. Traditionally, you would see large suitcase weights, right, usually sticking out of the front of the tractor that we traditionally see, or rock boxes, things like that. But you can actually see the weights are actually tucked up underneath on the front end now, for the most part. I think this specific machine that we have here, I think it grosses around 84,000 pounds, I think is what the truck said when he pulled it in. He's seen other ones come out of the factory. I don't know what the total weight is you can get to, but he's seen other ones gross at like 110,000. So that's a lot of weight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a massive amount of weight. Yeah. And then as we kind of round here, just for sheer size, so I'm 6 foot standing here now, and you can see that the tracks are just a touch taller than I am. Just to put perspective for you how big this machine really is. And you can also see on the front here our additional weights up on the track system. You'll notice that they're missing on the rear, so we can add that to it later as well. This is where I was talking about the high pump flow stack, right, for our hydraulics. You can see we got these 4 pumps here. This is where we're getting that 167 gallons per minute. And you can see it's actually, even from a customer standpoint, very easy access to get into this and work on if need be. On some of the previous models, right, we traditionally would see usually the big fuel tank system here in the back, right, and that eats up a lot of room, which is why this looks so open now, where we've moved up the fuel system right into the front. So it's a much more open concept, right, versus what we're used to seeing. So that's very nice. And of course, this has got the Signature Series Edition cab on it. That's why it's got some tinted windows. It's got radio in it with whether it's Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. things of that nature. Yep. So it's got our new G5 Plus command center on the armrest. So all tractors in this model year of 24 came with the G5 Pluses. It's new technology that comes in base this year for us that we're seeing in tractors and combines and things of that nature. Everything, I believe, coming next year, I think we'll have the G5 Pluses, including sprayers and things like that. And that's kind of where I started there at the beginning as far as building on that tech stack, with AutoPath and all that stuff, and implement guidance and things like that.
So what, you see all sorts of John Deere equipment, obviously working here. What's your favorite part about the new 9RX? What stands out to you that?
So we drove around a little bit, because we were excited and giddy to get the piece in and look at it. For being such a massive machine, you'd be really surprised about the ride quality, with the track system and stuff, kind of riding around here and toting around. And it's just, it's very much like previous models, but it's very much not, right? So I'm really interested to see. I know we have a couple of, I think, tillage pieces coming in to pull with this, and I think we have an air seeder of some kind also coming that we're hoping to get out in the field and demo. So that's really what I'm looking forward to is what kind of speed, can we say make with a 2660 VT 50-foot ripper, so. And
that's really, width kind of becomes a constraint. You can only pull so wide of an implement, and
right.
This helps you get more speed, right? That's extra horsepower.
Yeah, and we see that a lot in the bigger implements. Like I said, say a 2660 VT that's 50 foot, or the large 2680Hs, those 9RX 640s. Here in Gratiot County, right? It's very flat, level ground. Don't struggle with it a whole lot there. But you get into, you go up north here, maybe another hour or so, and like the Clare area, Gaylord, those places like that, and it's much hillier terrain. Instead of getting that 10, 12 mile an hour that we're looking for out of those pieces, right, we might kind of have to sacrifice for 8. It still does a good job. It's just, just didn't have enough horsepower for that kind of size of machine. Or implement, I should say, not machine. So these are, I think, definitely going to do the job, for sure.
So now, Brad, you've got a really cool job. You get to work on all this stuff. How did you get into this? Did you grow up on a farm, or?
I actually did not. So about 8 miles south of here is a little town called Ithaca. That's where I grew up most of my life. I have bounced around from Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, turning wrench on, you name it, military equipment, semi-trucks, heavy equipment, basically anything that's not an airplane. Bebopped around on that, and then moved back here when I started having a family. And at the time, it was Bader & Sons when I started here back in 2018. And then, of course, the acquisition with Hutson is actually when I made the transition from being a technician, and then I started doing this role, this precision support specialist role, which has been really fun. Basically every day I get to go out and demo new technology to customers and set up new equipment. Actually, just behind us there, it's a brand new building we built for our training center. So the guys in my group, including myself, we're certified dealer instructors. So we'll take this new equipment and take, whether it be custom account managers or parts personnel or technicians in sales, and teach them about all this new technology and how to use it. We'll go out into the field, we'll harvest, you name it, right? We're out there doing it, trying to teach that either to the customers or internally to our employees here. So there's not a day that's not fun here, so.
And so you see all sorts of tractors here at Hutson, and what's your favorite John Deere tractor?
My favorite tractor? I'm a really big fan of probably like 8RX 370s that you can get the Command Pros in. So, right, because if you jump up to the 410, you can't get a Command Pro in it. I'm a big proponent of Command Pro. It just makes life really easy, especially whether it's planning or pulling some sort of implement or something behind it. And the ride is just, it's just very smooth, even for being a track system. I like the tracks; they're just fun.
Yeah.
So
and they look cool.
yeah. they look very cool. Yeah, they're just exciting. So.
Well, awesome, Brad. I appreciate you showing us around the new 9RX 830.
Yep.
And we are here at Hutson Implement in St. Louis, Michigan. And so if you guys are in the area, they might have this still on the lot. So go check out Hutson in St. Louis.